As one of Australia's oldest and most storied professional golf events, the Australian Open and the Stonehaven Cup have been engraved in history. The famous trophy can tell so many stories, but perhaps not the whole truth. Player, Nicholas, Palmer, Watson, Norman, Thompson, the Vaughan, they all have places on the Stonehaven Cup. And there are those who have tried and stumbled. The Cup was first awarded in 1930, but the Open stretches back to 1904. And since then, the Open has been a magnet for golf's finest. Gary Player tops the list. The owner of 9 majors was a 7-time winner between 1958 and 74. Then there's Jack. Don Lawrence, the doyen of golf writers, once called him a cuddly golden bear. He cashed in on that, winning the title 6 times. He called it the 5th major and kept coming back. Arnie, Jack and Gary were frequent flyers to Australia in the 60s and 70s, contracted for $1,500 to appear down under. Peter Thomson won 3 Aussie Opens, incredibly 21 years apart. Aussie icon Kel Nagle won his Open in 1959, before another icon, Kerry Packer, had his prints all over the Open in the 70s. With Jack Nicklaus, he orchestrated a redesign of his beloved Australian golf club. Prize money quickly quadrupled to $165,000. Australia's own Jack Newton, defied all comers at Metropolitan in '79. He later joined the 7 Network as an astute analyst. But the new decade ushered in a new era. This was the Shark's time. He won in 1980 and then 17 years later looked certain to join Ozzie Pickworth as the only person to produce an Aussie Open three-peat. Greg won in '95 at Kingston Heath, in '96 at the Australian, and led late in the final round in '97 at Metropolitan, only to lose a dramatic playoff to Lee Westwood. In '99 at Royal Sydney, a slice of history. Aaron Baddeley, just 18, became the first amateur since Bruce Devlin in 1960 to win. He returned a year later as a professional to Kingston Heath and successfully defended the title. In recent times, Australians have shone. On the stunning Moona Links in 2003, Peter Lonard won the first of his 2 Opens. Adam Scott ended his frustrations in '09. It was a critical stepping stone before he eked out his famous Masters triumph. US Open champion Jeff Ogilvy was a winner in 2010. But perhaps the most remarkable win came in 2012 as 53-year-old Peter Senior completed his double 23 years after his first. 4-time major winner Rory McIlroy denied Scott in 2013. And then Jordan Spieth used the Australian Open as a springboard to greatness. He shot 63 in the final round in 2014 and charged into 2015 with a swagger. The Masters, the US Open and the FedEx Cup. He nearly won it all. Spieth returned a year later, looking to join another elite club as a multiple winner of the Stonehaven Cup. Instead, he was upstaged by local hero Matt Jones, who grew up at the Australian. Jones sealed a nail-biting win in front of friends and family. Royal Sydney 2016, and Spieth was back for another tilt at the title. His experience told in a playoff with Ashley Hall and Cameron Smith. Spieth, the latest member of an exclusive club. The Australian Open title is revered, and there's no more fitting location to celebrate that tradition than in Sydney. The harbour city is unmistakably Australia's face to the world, the gateway to the land down under. This is the Australian Open.